Community, hello. First time video maker, long time watcher, name's Jay. Um, don't know why I never made a video. Just too much fun watching them, I guess. I'm sure I'll get into life story stuff eventually. But to the real short bit, I'm a Canadian who lives in Tokyo. Been here 10 years. Family, 2 kids. But yeah, like I said, we'll get back to that eventually, I suppose. In the bedroom here, not the neatest place, and probably a little bit different than what it seems like a lot of people in this community are, which is neat. I'm definitely not neat. I treat my records like crap, to be honest. But you know, out of all of the things I own, I probably treat the records the best, I suppose. So I won't go into too much blabber. I'll just pull a couple records out, talk about them, make a short video, and yeah, hopefully can add something to this this place that you guys put together here. So I didn't organize anything. I just thought the best way would just be to blind grab a whole bunch of stuff and see what I can say about it. Let's see. First one that comes up is the Deadly Snakes. This is the first record in full that I heard from them, called "I'm Not Your Soldier Anymore." But the first time I heard about them, the radio station I used to work at, the previous program director moved from Halifax to Toronto. Halifax is where I'm from, and he ended up managing these guys, and they put out maybe a record on sympathy for the record industry, and then and I didn't really get a chance to hear that. They played a live show, which I saw, which was great, and I caught this record, which is, I mean, when I first, I heard it at the radio station where I used to work there as a music director, and I put the CD on, and immediately, awesome. The track was called Graveyard Shake, and it starts out with this, I don't know, shaker, maraca kind of thing, and then it's just straight into this kind of rockin' thing with a soul kind of beat to it. I don't know, it's hard to describe it. They call them a garage band. I don't think that they really fit into that category. They're on In the Red Records here, which is a pretty damn garage punk label, I guess, if you want to get, genre with it, which I tend to avoid. But yeah, I don't know. It makes me think of kind of early Isley Brothers, not in sound, but in that spirit of kind of, let's just rock and party, in that old school sense. So yeah, I don't know. I never really saw their records around back home, but this one popped up here in Tokyo as, I mean, almost everything does. I'm watching, videos from the VC, and I always hear people say, I grabbed this record, and it took me 15 years to find it, and yeah, I was a vinyl collector long before I came here, and I was amazed to see the stuff that was available in Tokyo, but man, I mean, I feel bad sometimes because everything is, it's all here, There's almost no record that I've ever wanted that I haven't seen. There's a few, but the downside is, for the most part, they know what it's worth, and you're gonna have to pay that. There's some exceptions here and there, but back to records. Let's see. Here's a good one. So this record's by a band called The Prophets, and they're led by a sitar player called Ravi Harris. I don't really know hardly anything about him. I think he might be Dutch. I'm not sure. It's called Funky Sitar Man. And basically what he does is put the sitar to kind of James Brown funk, which especially at the time I heard it, and pretty much always, is exactly the combination I want to hear. It's got that kind of psychedelic tinge, but it's funk. Don't get it twisted. So what he covers, give me some more Hot Pants medley on here. The Meters, Look at Pie Pie, Sissy Strut, Same Beat, Escapism, a lot of James Brown. James Brown, The Meters, which, you know, if you're a funk fan, then I mean that's textbook. That's Bible kind of stuff. Anyway, I never thought in a million years I'd see the vinyl. I never thought I'd see it for about $7, and I did. So sometimes they don't know what they have. It's Tokyo record stores, but that's it's few and far between. Let's see. I grabbed a couple 10-inch records here. This is one I just got 2 days ago. It's called Jim Jam Gems Volume 2. This ain't hot compared to hell, and it's on a record label I've been not seeing a whole lot of, but meaning to get. Staggerly Records, obviously from that famous folk song Stackerly Blues. And I mean, I'm gonna, if a bunch of people kind of worshiping snakes, snake dancing. If that's on the cover, I'll probably grab it. I'm just a sucker for that kind of stuff. But what it is kind of a mishmash of country and sort of rhythm and blues stuff. But it's got kind of a God-fearing thing about it, I guess, for lack of a better term. Rod Willis, Savannah Churchill and the Striders, Lance Fortune, Laverne Baker doing on Revival Day, St. James Infirmary by Otto Bash, and really out of all of those, I only know Laverne Baker. But I picked this up because I've got a voodoo rock DJ set coming up at a local bar, and I mean, look at the cover. I mean, obviously that fits it to a T. But at least the cover. The music, I don't know. We'll see what I can do with that. Let's see. What else have I grabbed here? Okay, this is another one I just picked up. And I've been a long time Junior Kimbrough fan. I mean, well, as long as, most people, who are not from Memphis or, where, his hometown, have known about him. I guess I've been into it that long, or as long as those Fat Possum records started coming out. Didn't see a whole lot on vinyl when they first came out, but this one popped up a couple days ago, and man, he's just amazing what he does with the blues. The blues, not everybody's cup of tea. A lot of people find it repetitive, and if you find it repetitive, this record's probably not for you. It's almost more repetitive, but he does something different with it, where it's kind of a trancing thing with his guitar, and it's just haunting. I mean, it's amazing to me what he does. I think I read something about there's connections to him and Charlie Feathers or Elvis. I don't really know. I just know that if I could travel back in time 20 years and go to his juke joint and see him play, I would definitely do it. I don't know. If you like blues, Southern blues in particular, and you haven't heard this record, I would say pick it up. This is a new reissue, I guess. 180 gram on Fat Possum Records. I'll try to keep it short here, so I won't go through too many. This is the first video. Right, so that DJ night I'm going to do in 2 weeks is called Voodoo Soul Stew, and I got the name from this record, the Dactaris. And I think this band went on to become, what are they called? Something Afrobeat Orchestra. Antibalas Afrobeat Orchestra. It's that whole, funk collective out of Brooklyn, I think, called the Daptone Records, and before that was Soul Fire, and this one, which is the label I preferred out of all of them, which was Desco, the one that started it off. I mean, this is just straight Afro-funk. Obviously not from Africa, as they're out of Brooklyn, but I mean, they approximate the Fela Kuti sound pretty well. Much shorter song times, definitely, which makes it easier when when you're DJing or playing it on the radio. So yeah, I mean, but the one killer track on this, and there's no way I can pronounce it correctly, is called Itsu Iba La City. So check that out. I was so happy when I found this a few years ago on vinyl, and pretty cheaply, probably 1,000 yen, about $10. Great cover though. I love that cover. And Desco always did it right. And these heavy vinyl with that the James Brown style sleeve there. Really amazing funk record. All right, let's just do one more, and then we'll call it quits. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge Detroit rock and roll fan. I have been for a long time. I found this. I didn't know much about it. The name of the band, I gotta admit, it grabbed me. The Seeger Liberation Orchestra. That's orchestra army. What the deal is they've taken it upon themselves to liberate the music of Bob Seger from FM radio. Bob Seger, famously one of those artists who've been overplayed since the mid '70s, probably, and I guess like the Eagles or Fleetwood Mac, and some people just cannot take anymore. I'm not the hugest Bob Seger fan. I'm one of the ones who probably couldn't take anymore. And this is sort of done by the sort of incestuous Detroit rock people of the last 10 years. Patrick Pantano, which I think played drums on the Dirt Bombs, and I think what's his name? Jim Diamond produced it, maybe. And this is a 7-inch that has obviously heavy music, which is an early Bob Seger track, and it's backed with Chain Smokin'. I don't think anything particularly interesting about the vinyl itself, but yeah, it's a cool record. And those early Bob Seger records I like the sort of like the early Alice Cooper. It's you don't quite know what you're gonna get if you're a fan of that of those artists, and then you go back and get those first records. They're quite different. Anyway, yeah, that's gonna be it. It's about a 13-minute video. I think that's quite long enough. I didn't mean it to be this long. Anyway, subscribe if I see some more people. I'll make some more videos. Cheers.